All of our students come in at different levels academically. All of our students have struggles that might be different from one to another. And being able to have common language, a common system, really is where you start to see students progress.
I know that the quicker we intervene and the quicker we change the trajectory for a student, the better their life outcomes are. And I find that if we're running intervention that's not meeting students' needs, every day counts.
Ogden School District serves about 11,500 students. We're a majority school district. We are an inner city school district, so a lot of our students come with some of those inherent risk factors of poverty that our teachers are uniquely equipped, I think, to help. As we did kind of a needs analysis, we realized that we needed to improve our literacy performance K-12, and that also we needed to increase our graduation rates. We started using Panorama, and Panorama has really helped us to hone in on looking at some of the multifaceted aspects of a student, both from an academic standpoint, from a behavior standpoint, an attendance standpoint, and their social-emotional learning. Really paints a picture of where a student is at any given time.
Last year we implemented a pretty intense MTSS system. We were running intervention to some extent, and I had no common way to identify which students had intervention, short of being able to pull up a folder, dig into the folder, find specific student names. So this year we have a way to track it in Panorama, right? So then I can go into Panorama and say, at this school, how many students have received a student support plan or an intervention. Last year, as far as tracked intervention that was readily available, I had zero, right? Zero incidents of tracked intervention that I could easily find. This year, we just counted, we have 2,044 documented Tier 2 behavior interventions. That's pretty powerful. The next step then is to say, okay, what interventions are those? How effective is that specific intervention? And that's really where we're headed now.
One of those research-based practices of ensuring that a student has a greater likelihood of graduation is by having a solid relationship with an adult within the school setting. By looking at Panorama and training interventionists to look at Panorama data, we've been able to really be able to intervene early and provide a skill set that they need in order to be successful.
For us at Newbridge, we're trying to break a cycle. So we've got this intergenerational poverty, intergenerational dropout. No one person can do the work alone, and I think that's one of the beautiful things about the Panorama data and that idea of that this is it's a team approach, because you cannot have a system with one person. It's been beautiful, actually. So just pulling up a student profile on Panorama and having everything there really in one glance, and then I can drill down into specific areas as needed.
I want for what we say is true to actually be true, that every student can access education. I love this work, right? I believe in this work hugely. I think Panorama really helps us provide a concrete place to house parts of that system, right? So an ability for everyone across the district to look at the same data, and an ability to then share data will create an impact that doesn't just happen this year or the next year, but is long-lasting.
We have the potential to impact students for good at all levels. And as you do that systematically, it doesn't matter if a student leaves one school and transfers to another within our system. We're able to really rally around and support that student, which is what it's all about. In the last couple of years, we've made tremendous academic gains and are a leader in the state in terms of growth. We have a long way to go, but our growth trend is moving upward drastically.